gonna sit down? You're not a very good co-host, really. You wanna sit down? You gonna go back to sleep, or what's the deal? Oh, I see how it's. You're gonna lick my microphone. You mean to me? Why don't you go back to sleeping? Come on, got people here. Go back to sleep.
It's 11:59 at Radio Free America, and this is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
And welcome everybody to our Daily Gun Show. Come to you live. It's late every weeknight at midnight Eastern, and we talk about guns for about an hour or so. I guess I must have posted a picture about the vet. He hasn't been to the vet in a while. That picture is from before. I was just acting like Gizzard and posting a bunch of shorts. But essentially, whenever you're bored, you can just if you have YouTube on your phone and you have pictures on your phone, whenever you're bored, you can just clickety click and make a bunch of shorts. So that's what happened. I just took some image, made it into, or some video there, made it into a short. But that was from a while back. I don't remember, last month. All right, so welcome everybody. I put out like I don't know, billion links, something like that. It's hard to say, but it doesn't look like anybody's going to join in the show tonight. It's hard to say with something like a topic like gun movies of the 1970s. Who might join in? Because sometimes people are interested in kind of being serious, and some people are not. And in this case, it doesn't look like anyone's interested in talking about gun movies of the 1970s, which are my favorite movies. Got the cool cars and the cool stuff, the cool technology. Let's see. I guess we'll spend some time here to see if anybody shows up. 3 minutes in. Got Krabby Turtle. Abigail might be out there. That's just a thing that says she's a channel member. Thanks for that. People that are channel members are the same as the Patreons. So subscribing to what we do. When you subscribe to our YouTube channel, when you become a member over here, you're actually subscribing to a whole bunch of websites and then a whole bunch of projects that happen in different directions for the Second Amendment or what it protects, really. So part of that is networking, collaborations, coaching, and helping folks out when possible. And that's what I'm doing right now. So we'll give this 10 minutes or something, and if nobody's out here doing anything, I do enough of these shows. I'm not trying to prove nothing. We will end it and I'll get back to work. But I've been working consistently all day here, so I'm in a groove. So I've got things I could be doing. So this is actually I think I started on time. Did I start at the wrong time? But for whatever reason, we've only got 4 people watching. Krabby Turtle and Anne Marie said hi, but I think you might be the only 2 here. All right, so I'll dig in and talk about some of these movies, and then if I get to the end of this list and nobody's joined in and nobody's chatting, then it'll be a short show tonight. Like I say, I think 70s are some of the coolest movies. Not the best movies ever, but some of the coolest movies. I got a long list at the beginning here that are just some movies, and then I've got some that are descriptions here. I'll go through the ones that are descripted, or the ones with descriptions here, at least the ones I like. So let's see, how did this work? I think the first ones are the ones that I went through the list, and they're ones that I liked. Not necessarily every single one that was good, but just the ones that I liked. And then the second section is a list that I found, and there might be stuff in here that I don't even know what it is. And definitely stuff I don't like now that I'm looking at it. So Dirty Harry, I think everybody likes that one. It's pretty good. And of the Dirty Harry movies, I think it's a good one. It's from 1971, so it's the earliest, and I think kind of the most. I'm on time. How can if I'm at the same time, then how can it mess with people's thing? Or I guess you're all just up an hour later, or down. You're sleeping an hour earlier, or so whatever it is for you. I'm just having to do something at a different time, but I'm up overnight usually anyway. So anyway, thanks for the feedback. I know it's posted at the right time. So I guess we're looking at the description of this video. There's nothing to really show, so I'll just post this at the puppy again, I guess. Puppy's getting the belly rubbing. He went back to sleep. Not a very good co-host. He just basically sits here most of the time. Woods is out there saying his favorite is Death Wish. All right. So I like the Death Wish a lot for sure. So we got Dirty Harry, and then we've got French Connection, which I don't even know if I remember the French Connection, so I can't say it's one of my favorite movies. Then there's Shaft. That's definitely one of my favorite movies, but I guess he technically has a gun in it, but he's one of them who was in the era when they thought it was cool to not carry a gun around. And when they did, it was just a little revolver. So got to deal with some hot popcorn I was eating. I'll be right back. I feel like he's eyeballing me. Is he eyeballing me? All right, so we got Shaft, cool movie. Then we got The Godfather. I've probably seen that like twice. I don't like that movie. A lot of people like that movie. Maybe I should watch it again. The Getaway. I don't know if I've seen that movie. Let's see. Then we have Magnum Force. Magnum Force, which is the second of the Dirty Harrys, and it's also a Model 29. Then we have The Long Goodbye. I don't think I've seen that one. Then we got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I might have seen that once, but that ain't my kind of movie. I thought it was a chainsaw in that movie, so I'm not sure. Then comes Death Wish, 1974. And yeah, that is definitely one of the better movies made, I think. And then really a good 70s movie. I'm partial to it because they come out to Arizona and they hang out at places, and I keep trying to figure out where exactly they filmed it. One day I'll find out. Oh, you know what? I could probably find out right now. Another reason I need to end this. So I don't think anybody's going to join us tonight. We're at 8 minutes. I'm almost done with the list. I'm full of hot popcorn snots, so I'm going to mute it. I make my own hot salt, so it's salt with a bunch of jalapenos and peppers and stuff that are chopped up into the salt, and it's so hot that it makes your nose run for like an hour after eating it. It's just from eating hot popcorn. Let's see. So then we've got Taxi Driver, 1976. I don't like that one. A bunch of people like that movie. I think it's stupid, but people dig it. Assault on Precinct 13. It's kind of lame. There's guns in it, I guess. But trying to remember. There's like 3 versions of that movie now, and they're okay. They're not that great. Then The Warriors. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that one either. A lot of people like that one. So that was the ones that were on the list. And we said we would go 10 minutes without anybody showing up. So it looks like we're going to get to a point where we have a 10-minute show. It had to happen somewhere. We had like a 4-hour show earlier in the week that was epic. So we can't really blame it on the robot because the robot gave us all the stuff we just said and more because the robots are beneficial and we all appreciate them. But what we can blame it on is all the humans that didn't show up. Like I say, I got other work I could be doing, mainly good stuff, like things that are awesome. Probably should be doing some stuff that I should be doing, but I'm doing the stuff that's awesome over here. And like I say, that's really on my head right now. So if nobody wants to join and take some of the burden off of me talking about the movies, which I could easily do while I'm doing my other stuff here, it's just really tough to run the show myself. So We've gone here for 10 minutes. If anybody wants to say anything else about the 70s movies, were they still making westerns in the 70s? Come on. Yeah. So let's dig into the other list there. You got Patton, which is all right. MASH, which is okay. Dirty Harry, we already said. Magnum Force, we already said. The Enforcer, I think that's another one of the Dirty Harrys, 1976. Then you get Carter, who there's two different Get Carters, and I liked both of them, I think. The new one's better. Then Silent Running. Is there guns in there? I don't remember. If there are, they're lame and they're weird because it's a space movie and it's a bad space movie. And oh, wait a minute, there might be guns in Silent Running because it's such a bad space movie that there's just regular stuff in it. It's not all space stuff. But anyway, so let's get to your question about making westerns. High Plains Drifter, 1973. Outlaw Josey Wales, 1976. So some of the best movies like that ever made. So definitely. Let's see. Then we've got Enter the Dragon, 1973, which I'm going to put in there because it's an awesome movie. And there's probably a gun in it somewhere. Serpico, if there was people in here, we'd be talking about these. We could have even had a bracket, potentially. This could have easily been turned into a bracket day. Wait a minute. Isn't this Wednesday? Isn't there a mouse party after this? By contractual obligation, I'm supposed to go for an hour tonight. Come on, man. Everybody's leaving me hanging. I'm not going to go for an hour. I don't care about the contracts. I got work I could be doing, so I'm not going to just sit here with dead air and do work. But I'll continue through this list, and then it'll end. And here's how cool it could have been, because even though Serpico is lame, McHugh, John Wayne shooting in that Mac 10 on a beach with what's her name? Come on. See, Woods is taken off, so that's one less person in the mix. Death Wish, we already mentioned, being awesome. 3 Days of the Condor. Not my favorite movie, but I'll watch it once in a while because it's got a lot of cool cars and stuff in it. Let's see. Then we got Star Wars. The Wars of the Stars, which, has a ton of guns in it. Come on. And then we got two more movies in this list. And if nobody jumps in, this will be the last two movies. One of them is Apocalypse Now, which is an amazing movie. And if you haven't, I imagine if you haven't been alive back then, it might not be as amazing to you if you just look at a movie as being a thing to entertain you. But if you think of a movie as being a cultural reference and have significance at multiple levels for different people in different ways, and to something to master a lot of that elements, that's where that's a good movie. And it's definitely worth watching once in a while. But then Close Encounters of the Third Kind. When's the last time you watched this movie? This movie has so many good guns in it that I was amazed that I'd forgotten about how many good guns are in that movie. If you haven't watched Close Encounters of the Third Kind tonight, here's your bonus for everybody that showed up and is getting shafted because nobody else came to bail you out and bail me out and make this a good show. Here's your bonus tip. Go watch Close Encounters of the Third Kind. If there's more than one, go watch the real one from 1977. I don't know if they ruined it with a sequel or anything. But the real one, I just watched it 2 months ago, something like that, maybe last year, but not that long ago. And it had a ton of good guns. I won't spoil it with more than that, but if you like guns and you like watching movies, you're going to like Close Encounters. Parts of it are really boring and lame. You're not going to like that part. But there's some gun parts. I won't tell you when. You're going to be satisfied. All right. The Deer Hunter is a movie for sure. I don't remember it. So, I don't know. Is that the one where somebody gets killed or something? I don't remember. So I guess that'll be it. Now we're officially 15 minutes in. Here's who we're going to blame for this. First off, it's not our fault. First off, it's somebody else's fault. So we're going to talk about all that. So I sent out emails. I sent out a lot of emails. So that's first off. Second off, I do the show every night. So people know I do the show every night. That's second off. Third off, This show was scheduled for last week, and I didn't even do it. Although I've hit every single show, but I didn't do this show for a reason. And then I moved it to this week last week, so it's been up for a week. People knew it was coming for a week. And then there was a free puppy. I was going to offer, I put in the email that you get a free puppy if you would have joined in today. Evidently, people were so adamant about not having a free puppy given to them for free that they decided to not even take the smallest of effort is to click on a giant link. I made the link approximately this big in their email. All they had to do is click on it, and they would have got a free puppy. But what are you going to do? Group of friends growing up, going on a hunt, then they get Russian escape capture. Wait. Then go. They are POWs? I guess I haven't seen the movie, so maybe I'm mixing it up. Man with the Golden Gun? You mean James Bond movies? Oh, I didn't even think about James Bond movies. They weren't in any of my lists. I don't think of James Bond movies as gun movies because of, he barely ever uses cool guns that much. All right, we're getting some more comments here. So, Fielding is saying The Outfit, 1973. And Rolling Thunder, is Rolling Thunder the one with what's his face, and he's got the giant cannon or whatever? 1977. A American psychological screenplay based on a story by, oh no, this is something different. A psychological thriller. That's probably why I didn't watch it. I don't usually watch stuff like that. So, what's that guy doing? He's slamming some kind of knife down. Screenplay by, I don't know who any of that person is, but it's got Tommy Lee Jones in it and William Devine. I've seen that guy before. Positive reviews. A major returns home. And this is from when? 1977? I already like it. All right, so the next trick is to go over here. Just say I'm going somewhere. It's my business. And I'm going to type in Rolling Thunder over here to see what happens. Snap. I'll be watching that movie in the near future. Let's see what else we got. Thanks for that tip. The Outfit. Let's see what's up with The Outfit. This is about somebody's clothing, I guess. Nice outfit you got on there, sport. The Outfit, 1973, eh? Okay, I see it. I'll be watching that one. I think I might have seen it, but I'm going to definitely watch it again. Now, Anne Marie is saying The Contractor, it's new. It's a good movie. Wait, hold on. The Contractor. We're not talking about movies about people that are like rebuilding your porch or whatever. Oh, you're talking about this one. I didn't watch that one. Is it good? I didn't watch it. I usually don't like watching mainstream movies where they try to put green berets in them because they always do wacky ass shit. Ever seen Guns of the Revolution? I don't know what that is, so I'm going to put that into my magical box over here. I'm going to start moving this stuff out of the way. Imagine how much fun this would be if somebody actually joined in. All right, so Guns of the Revolution, eh? I got Guns of the Apocalypse. I've got Guns of the Navarone, but I don't get Guns of the Revolution, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch that one. Let me see if I can find it somewhere else. Well, I'm looking at the wrong mouse. You can look along, and if it ain't hooked to the computer you're looking at, it's going to be to no end. If I flip this to video, Guns of the Revolution. It looks like you can get the full video on YouTube, and it looks like there's some sort of a PG-13 rating going on here. Oh no, this is some other website. I found it though. Hour and 31 minutes, so I'll be watching that. 1971 drama, Western history. A mad general is leading his war against the church. Priests are rounded up, churches burned down, religion outlawed, and the suffering one pious Catholic priest could bring the tide of change. So, is this a real one, or is this just some movie? Like, is that a real documentary about what happened in Mexico, or is that like just some movie that somebody made up? I guess I might as well put Deer Hunter in here. I remember people talking about it all the time, and I never watched it. I figured maybe it was a drama. I don't watch dramas very often. Dramas are the 9mm of movies. They are legal. You're allowed to have them, but should you? Really? You know what I mean? Really? All right, so we've got some movies that I'm going to watch. I don't know if anybody wants to say anything about those. Now we've got 20 minutes in on this show. It's pretty boring, probably just watching some dog be lazy. Here's what this dog doesn't do: any kind of Python coding at all. And I have so many Python things I could need coded, and you figure this dog could do at least a little bit of Python coding. This dog doesn't also do any kind of HTML or CSS. Useless for anything like that. You might think, okay, so he's not a coder. Maybe he's good for SEO. Maybe he can go in there and work on search engines, get some work done, some effort. Nah, he doesn't even speak English. For all I know, he doesn't even speak English. So then you think, oh, well, at least he can do things like, get you coffee and run to the store and do some errands, go shopping. No, he refuses to do anything like that. So then you're like, oh, well, at least he can clean up around the place and take Mello for a walk, be a productive member of society, go vote for me, right? Go buy guns for me, straw purchase. Nah, none of that stuff. And then he just sits around being a lazy co-host because all the other things he doesn't do wears him out all day. So it's horrible for me having him as a co-host. I had Bob for a while, and he was at least a little less lazy than this as a Canadian. But at least Bob liked guns, and he would go get coffee once in a while or whatever. Bob would buy me lunch a lot of times. Often I'd get fed by Canadians. This dog's never bought me lunch before. He's not even the right side up. I would have to literally change the camera around to make him even look like he's sitting right side up. Like if he even is paying enough attention to sit upright. That's weird. Well, it looks like he's sitting up at the table at least. Yeah, you. He doesn't like it when I tell people about all his secrets while he's sleeping. But maybe if you weren't sleeping all the time, people would know about all your secrets, buddy. I bought him this bed. This bed cost me money, right? So he wouldn't lay on my stuff. Where does he lay? Outside of the thing. There's a thing right here he's supposed to be laying on. There's plenty of room. Look, the whole end over here he's not even laying in. He's spilling out on this side. It's messed up. All right, there you go. The Old Gun. Maybe it's been years since I watched it. The Old Gun. That's the name of the movie? 1974, 1975. He's going to yawn now. Now he's going to yawn. That's his MO. The Old Man and the Gun? No. That's from 2018. Huh. Let's see. It's called The Old Gun, 1974. You need a punch in the face, buddy? You need a punch? He's eyeballing me. I got a whole bunch of olds and a couple of guns, but no old guns. There's an old man. No, I'll have to find that one elsewhere. Let me go out. I don't know if I'm going to find it on the internet like that, but we'll find out. The old gun. A lot of previews for it. Oh, I might have seen the old man in the gun. There's one, the old gun from 1975. A man loses his wife and daughter to the Nazis, and then he vows to kill every one of them. Is that what it is? I think I found. Oh no, it says it's just it's like an IMDb. It just tells you who was in it and the trailer of it. That one might be hard to find because it's a 1975 movie, and I think I might have found it in French, but you turn French if you watch too many movies in France. In French. The person that invented fries, originally they were going to be called Belgium fries, but they were watching a bunch of French movies while they were inventing them, and then they became French fries. A little trivia, in case you're ever in a trivia game. I don't know what kind of bracket they're going to have tonight on the Mouse Party. From what I understand, the Mouse Party wasn't even set up when I started this whole thing. I was informed that there's going to be a Mouse Party tonight. So now I have to go find the Mouse Party, and I have to link to my own video, which is pretty messed up, really, to think about how much work I got to do for this whole thing. Is there even a Mouse Party? I don't even see a Mouse Party. Is it fake? Who thinks there's going to actually be a Mouse Party? Am I doing something wrong? Holy moly. Could Hunters HD Gold post more videos? What are you doing, dude? Come on, man. People do things like what Hunters HD Gold did today and then go, how come I don't get any subscribers? Come on, man. Is there a Mouse Party? Does anyone know? Is there a Mouse Party? And will you go? Is there a Mouse Party after this show? What's the gun on the movie cover of The Getaway? The Getaway. Which Getaway? 1994, 2013, 2020. I think that's the only ones I have here. Oh, and then 1972. What's the 1972 one? The 1972 one that I'm looking at has a fake cover, though. Is this the Getaway that everybody likes from back in the day? A recently released ex-con go on the run after a heist goes away. I don't remember if I've seen that one or not. Is that the one where he drives the Mustang around that everybody likes? So I would have to look at a image from the internet because the place I'm looking at doesn't have the real box. So I'll go over to images. And what did we say that year was? 1972. It has to be good because everything looked cool in 1972. So there's a shotgun on the front, and you can tell from the shotgun that what it is or whatever. Right. So I'm going to have to move from this puppy butt for a minute. Let's see. What do I got on the screen? Anything important? Let me move it on. Let me move my screen so that stuff on the screen is my business. We'll move this over, and then I can bring over our co-host Sharon. Sharon, screen Sharon to the screen, please. Screen Sharon to the screen, please. There we go. We'll bring this puppy cam down to the bottom so that everybody can monitor the puppy, and the puppy can monitor what's on the screen with his butt. And then we will go to the internets. We'll type in, what was it? Getaway? Away. 1972. 1972. And then we flip to images. Oh, look at this. It's a bunch of cars. So this is the thing I seen. Is this the one we're talking about? We'll open that in a new tab, and then we'll squiggle our mouse wheel, and we'll take a look at what we got here. So first off, it's fake. You know, you can tell it's fake because she's a lady, and she's holding a semi-auto. That should be a revolver. Come on, lady. And then, excuse me, come on, little lady. That should be a revolver. And she probably had it in her purse carry. So let's see. We know that it is something, probably I'm going to say Remington, based off of there's a flat top on it. And the question is that a safety? This little thing right here. Is that a safety, or is that the end of the square top of the Remington? Then we could look at the front here and the bolt thing. To me, it looks Remington. Then we come up here and we see that there's a portion of the thing that's under here, but what we don't see is anything coming under. So that can't be Remington anymore. So this is way too thin. So it's possibly fake. And look how far the magazine comes out. So what are we talking here? 4 rounds or something? So it's an SBS, and for it to be this long, it has to be essentially a semi-auto. But wait, can it be? It's just wrong. So it's not anything. If you take this apart and you look at it from the side, in order for this distance to be the distance that a pump would move to chamber an actual action, then this barrel would be very long, and it can't be very long because of his goofy hand being here. So this is probably supposed to be a pump, but it's in the scale of a semi-auto. That doesn't exist. This is a gun that doesn't exist. I'm just raising a guess here. I'm just offering my educated opinion. This was drawn by somebody who shoots 9mm. The way it is. Sorry, but it's the way it is. The shotgun was drawn by 70s AI. Exactly. Somebody who shoots 9mm. You got it. Exactly. Sent the one to your IG. Oh, okay, different one. This is just, wait, no, these are images. Hold on. I can go to IG. I can go to IG over here. I put out like 30 links today. Nobody joined in because people hate this show, they hate that puppy, and they hate movies of the 70s. They might hate guns also. I don't want to assume anything, but we can know all these other things. Oh, here's this different. All right, so how do I pull this? Open in a new tab. That worked. Yep. All right, so it's a different gun. So you can tell a 1911 A1 from a 1911 in a number of ways. Probably easiest to just grab an image instead of trying to describe it. So you got your 1911, which is the first one, and then you have a 1911 A1. So essentially World War I, World War II. Let's just say that. And then we'll put a little verses in between them. And then we'll hit enter. And then doesn't matter what's on the first page because we're looking for an image. And then we'll look for a good image. And it looks like the best image is probably this one right up here. And it's unfortunately from Reddit. Almost everything from Reddit is lame, but we'll open it up anyway. In a new tab so we don't have to go to Reddit, and we'll see. So the easiest way to tell right off the bat when you're looking at one is from the this part, the grip safety the spur. So at the beginning, the top one here is the older one. In the beginning, they just made them look cool and awesome. And then people were like, my handgun hurt. My hand is too fat for this gun. My grip angle is too much, and my hand gets bit by it. So they started making this thing longer because of all the liners who would later go on to shoot 9mm. They also made a longer hammer spur. Problem is, you can change both of those parts, so that's not the only way to tell if it's an old gun or a new gun. So then you really have to look behind the trigger guard, and it's hard to see on this because it's a drawing, but the trigger guard is either going to look normal, like an old one, or it looks like somebody yanked on it with a grinder or a Dremel tool or something, and it's got a relief cut, it's called, and that's there. You've got a thin front sight, and you've got a thicker front sight, and I thought there was a difference in the something about the dust cover. Now, the other thing that can be changed, but is if it's authentic, it's different. You got your flat grip, plain old spring housing back here, and then you've got your, I need a different grip angle, or whatever. John Brownie didn't know how to make the right grip angle, so they put a little lumpy thing on there for people that would eventually shoot 9mm. Evidently, the one with the diamonds on it is the earlier of the grips, and then they got rid of the little diamonds and just went to the straight, grippy grips. I think that's about it. I usually look for, and then the trigger. Sorry, the other one is the trigger. On the, you can always tell because the longer back end is new and the longer front end is old. So it's a longer trigger and no cut, shorter trigger, and there's a cut back there. Again, people that couldn't handle holding a big gun would eventually shoot 9mm. Started to melt the first one. So the first one looks bigger, and then it looks meltier. Anyway, so that's the 1911 A1. And based on that, what do we got here? Flat back housing or flat spring housing. We don't have diamonds, or if we do, they might, and we just can't see because of this thing. We definitely have the bigger trigger, and we definitely have no cutout on the frame. Up front, you can't tell from the sight, and that's about it. So this is a 1911, an old 1911, with 6 rounds next to it, which is a weird number. Back then, I'm guessing in the 70s, it was probably one of very few companies, so more than likely it was a Colt. Can probably tell from where the serial number is on it, or you might be able to tell from the serial number and the lack of other roll marks more about it. I don't think I've ever seen that picture for this movie, but I'm also, what's the movie with the Mustangs? I'm thinking it's the movie with the Mustangs, and if it's not, then I might not have ever seen this movie. But that was The Great Escape? Oh, I don't know. Do we cover Dirty Harry's? No, I don't know much about Dirty Harry's, but they definitely were in the list, and I'm sure we would have been covering them. I got nothing against them. They're okay. I liked them more when I was younger. Now I like some of the other movies more, but I know a lot of people like them. It's neat when a movie's in a series, right? That's always adds to the movies overall, for me at least. If I know that, like, Star Wars is one of the reasons Star Wars is so cool, is because we can go watch a number of the movies. You can literally watch Star Wars for an entire day, I think, at this time. Actually, I'm going to go find out. I think I can find out pretty quick, actually. So, how long would it take to watch all of the Star Wars movies end to end? So, assuming you were to watch all the live-action Star Wars movies released so far, the total runtime of the 11 movies is, anyone care to guess how long the runtime of the 11 current Star Wars movies are? They go Episode 1, Episode 2, Episode 3. The Phantom Menace, The Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith. Then Solo, then Rogue One, then Star Wars, what is it, 4, 5, and 6, A New Hope, Empire, and Jedi, and then the 3 lame ones that everyone wants to forget, Force Awakens, Last Jedi, Rise of Luke Skywalker. So 11 movies, and Anne Marie is saying 34. That means they're each 3 hours long. So I guess it makes sense. It's 22 hours and 37 minutes, but 22 hours, I guess it makes sense because they're all about 2 hours and there's 11 of them. I guess it wasn't that difficult when you think about it. But I didn't know there was 11, so I just knew there was a bunch of them. But it pretty much takes you a day. I don't know. Have I ever watched all of them? I've never watched all of them back to back now that there's 11 of them. Now the next question is, would you watch all of them back to back? I wouldn't want to watch the first 3 as much, but at least you get them out of the way. And then you're watching good movies for a while, and then you got to watch those last ones. And those last ones would kind of ruin it. I don't mind the middle of the last ones, I think, or maybe the first of the last ones, I forget. But one of the last ones was okay, but then it turns into the rest of the other ones. And they killed Han Solo. Oh, what did they do that for? Oh, sorry, spoiler alert. I'm about to spoiler about 5 minutes before I just said this. So now we got it 40 minutes in, which is kind of a ripoff because I feel like you didn't get nothing out of this. We didn't have a good discussion about movies in the 70s. Who are we going to blame on this again? First off, not me. It's not my fault. I already sent out emails to everybody, and I gave everybody like an hour this time. So we're going to blame this puppy. I guess there's nobody else to blame. Poor co-hosting, bad coding skills, very low ambition to do any kind of physical labor. To be honest, I don't even think he could carry that much stuff. Like if I asked him to go dig a hole or whatever, he would have to use a tiny little shovel, and he wouldn't carry that much stuff. He would have to have like a small wheelbarrow. He'd probably be really bad at digging holes. But yeah, I guess we're gonna end up wrapping it up here. I will take this time to bring my one thing back over here. And why don't we real quick? I'll just yawn to make everybody tired. I will hit refresh over here, and we'll see if in fact a mouse party is in fact going to be posted. And in fact, we did find one. When was it posted? No way to know, but at least it's in here now. All right, so if nobody's gonna, I can't imagine nobody jumped in here. This is messed up. So is this the last daily gun show? Yeah, probably. Throw out like 30 links and nobody jumps in. That's reason to end the show. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to go into customization and then click on redirect and then shove the mouse party all up in here. Click on it, click save, and we're done. Yep, watch Close Encounters. It's worth watching. We can talk about that when no one shows up for another one of these. Will I ever do another movies show? Never. Will we ever do a show on Wednesday again? Never. Will we ever invite any of those people again? Never. Will this puppy ever be back again? Never. Never. All right, well, I'm going to go pet a puppy, listen to some music while we wait for, 45 minutes or something for the mouse party to start. Or, sorry, mouse party. I know what day it is. All right, so with that, I've hooked the mouse party up. When I click enter to end this whole thing, you will automatically be redirected by the power of robots. You'll have to click on stuff, but you'll be commanded by the power of robots, comfortably told what to do by robot brains. It's such a comfortable feeling. Here's a link. It's hard to blame the puppy. Let's boop him. Boop. And then we'll put the link in here. Pat him on the head. And we'll end with a highly professional fade into, I don't know, this. Thank you for supporting our projects. If you'd like to buy us a cup of coffee, check out our Patreon channel.
The guys and gals at gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thank you for watching gunwebsites.com.